What's up, Duelist? My name is Paper YuGiOh, and welcome back to another Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck profile.
I'ma show you how to get paper, boy. Show you how to get to that shit, stack it up real high, real high. See the hate in your eye, but I can't tell just what you hating for.
Today I'm here with my friend Bryan Rodriguez. What's going on, Bryan? How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good, Brody, and you?
I'm doing great, man. Thanks for asking. So today we're basically going to be showcasing the deck that you're going to be playing at the upcoming Goofy Gauntlet, which is going to be hosted by Goofy himself, Imperial Gaming, and Luxury Gaming as well. And it looks like you're playing a 60-card deck. Give us a little summary of this deck before we get into it.
This is Dragon Link Orcust DPE. This is a 60-card pile of just a bunch of good cards that just all gas.
All gas, no brakes?
All gas, no brakes, bro. This shit is disgusting.
All right, man. Well, I'm really looking forward to going through the card by card with you. Why don't you jump right into it, starting with Apps Router?
Apps Router is a pretty good card. I originally started with playing 1, but since I'm playing 60 cards now, I had to up it to 2 because kind of want to see it in your opening hand, especially if you open cards like Quick Launch or any rocket name in the deck. Free special summon from hand. When making Romulus and or Spheres, it's a free search for any other rocket name in the deck, especially cards like Rocket Synchron itself. And good extender, gets us places, gets us going. Then we got Ash Blossom right next to us. Very generic hand trap. I know a lot of people are not playing the card currently, but it's still good in my opinion. Still stops like the important searches or the special summons from deck that most people are aware of and know are coming. Then we got the Black Dragon, good for the Chaos Engine. Pushes through, free Striker Dragon. Starts off the whole combo by itself, pretty much, with any light engrave. Then we got the Fusion Destiny package with Celestial and Dasher. In testing, this comes up a lot, especially when you draw cards like Nibiru with Dasher and Grave. It's so free. Then Destrudo, the greatest extender ever.
Let's be honest. What do you really think about this card coming off the ban list?
I was so happy. Oh my god. When this card came off the list, I was like, shenanigans. Let's rock.
Let's rock. No pun intended with the Nibiru. Ooh.
No. Triple effect Veiler, not once per turn. Very good. Doesn't have it's not like Imperm where you have to control no cards. Doesn't really matter going first or second. Then we got Fairy Tale Snow, Book of Moon, pretty much free in this deck when you just dump it to the grave. Pitching it off Dragon's Ravine or pitching it off Chaos Space, milling it off Chaos Ruler. It's pretty good in the deck.
This was another one kind of like Destrudo, how it came off the ban list at 1, and we were all kind of surprised because it's just kind of a good generic extender for decks that dump a lot of cards to the graveyard. So do you think that this also warranted a limit?
I mean, everything has to come off the list to 1 just to give it a test, make sure it's not meta warping again. But I'm pretty sure everybody's on this card right now. It's too good. It's a free Book of Moon.
Yeah, it's a free Book of Moon. It's a free special. You can do it infinite times, right?
It's not once per turn, so hey, if you need that much extension and you have the cards to do it, go for it, you know?
That's crazy, man.
Who allowed this shit?
That's what I want to know.
Hey, listen, I'm going to be honest. I held up Konami. I was like, listen, I need Snow and Destrudo back. I can't do this no more. I've had enough.
It's funny because something that's so sad with Bryan basically is that he always builds these really innovative decks, and then Konami just comes in and bans like some random card that's part of his combo that did not deserve it. And this has been happening for like 5 years.
For once the ban list was like, hey, buddy, we got you this time.
I'm happy for you, Brody. You deserve it.
Shit, just give me 1 heart, please.
No way. I will not allow that.
Then the best normal summon in the deck, Gears through the Orcust Mech Knight, Foolish Burial for any Orcust name, give back Harp. And it gives us a free token to play around to both sides of the field, gives us an extender, also prevents us from gives us a chance to play around cards like Infinite Impermanence. Next we got Nibiru. Very good hand trap, going second or going first, honestly. Because you can't really guarantee you're going to always win the dice roll. It's a very strong hand trap, this format. It gets by pretty much everything. You just got to time it correctly because people just play a billion extenders nowadays, especially with cards like Emergency Teleport coming off the list. And got to watch out for decks that play like the Brave Engine. PK Brave is really good. Sword Soul's really strong with the Hulk and Aurora Dawn combo. Just too much going on right now to not main Nibiru right now. It's just too strong in the meta.
Yeah, I'm really interested in this card because this is something that Paulie played at 1 in his YCS victory deck, and he basically was like, I should have played this card at 3 because it was so good. It's particularly good when you open it and another hand trap.
Well, the difference between my deck and Paulie's base deck is that I'm on a chaos base engine, and it's just like I need a lot of lights as well. Because if I take out Nibiru and Effect Veiler, my only light in the deck is pretty much Snow and White Dragon. So we're just trying to pretty much give us a little light synergy. Because even if I'm going first and I open Chaos Base Nibiru, it's totally free to discard it. Like at that point,
Right.
Get the engine going, search the black, and then proceed to full Orcust combo. Then we got Nocto Vision, pretty good extender at 1. If you open it in hand and you make your Striker Dragon, it's a free special summon and extender. Good draw card when linked off for link material. And it's even back row protection for that second effect that not many people really use, but it is a back row protector at that. Also, even if I use Spheres to special a dragon from deck, if I have like no rockets or another Apsarouter, I can always bring this out. And it's just free at that point. Make extension plays to do anything. Then we got the Orcust Brass Bombard, basically my third rocket synchron in unison. Because basically this with Chaos Ruler equals my hot red. And then if I have an Orcust name in hand, via Girsu or Nightmare, anything basically, I can just banish this from grave, special a Orcust from hand, and then just start the Orcust combo or continue what I got going from there. Pretty good card. Always wanted to probably play more than one, but didn't have the room for it.
It's basically like, it's a good Orcust card, but it's not the best one, but you still want it, so you kind of just play one.
It's still good, because honestly, if you mill it off a ruler and you have a name in hand, why not get the free extender at that point?
Right.
And it's always a card I always manage to see sometimes in my opening hand more, and it's still not bad, because I would see that in a Girsu. Normal this, make Link Haribo. If they don't have nothing in response to the graveyard effect of him banishing for cost, then I get the free Girsu and I continue from there.
And then it's just cheeks getting clapped.
Yes. Next we got Double Symbol Skeleton, basically Monster Reborn for any Orcust name in the grave. Bring back Ding during the opponent's turn, send something on their Babel. Or bring back Galatea to set a trap going first. Get the Ding attached, go into other stuff. Play around everything. I always see Orcust Babel in my opening hand for some reason, even when playing 60 cards. So it's like getting the trap cards always free. I kind of want to open either the trap or the field spell so I don't have to get the other. Like, I can just get the other.
That's actually a good point.
Then we got Double Orcust Nightmare. Pretty much Foolish Burial and an attack boost for any card I target on the field. Makes Hot Red 4,000 when I dump Wand off of it. It's pretty strong. Obviously locks you into darks, but this whole deck is pretty much dark. Double Recharger, really strong, with the Striker Dragon second effect to tribute himself to add back from grave to hand. If you have any other dark name in the grave, like a Girsu that didn't resolve this turn or didn't get to use his effect at all, it's just like, okay, bring back Girsu and then start the Orcust combo. Double Rocket Synchron, basically if I have Destrudo, Apsarouter, Nocto Vision, and Grave, normal summon this, revive one of them, locked into darks, but pretty free at that point when you have Chaos Ruler or a possible Savage in play. Or you bring back the Chaos Ruler and you make the free Hot Red.
It's kind of crazy how powerful the dragon cards are, specifically the rocket cards. Like, they just get you more cards.
Surprised that Quick Launch survived the ban list of all things.
How is that card not once per turn? But we'll get there later in the profile.
Yes, indeed. Double Rocket Tracer, self-explanatory, quick effect, pop any other face-up card, special any rocket monster from the deck except himself. Most likely going to bring out Recharger, make Ruler if I'm going first, or if I'm going second and already have things playing in the grave, can make the Savage to get some negates on board. A White Dragon for the Chaos Engine, it's pretty good, especially if you open this with Chaos Base, just search black and just loop it around a couple times. Get your engine going, search everything at that point. Double World Wand, there's no way you can play an Orcust deck without two of these. This card is too strong, especially even if you open one in hand and dump the other, it specials itself from hand. Free extender, brings back any Orcust name when banished. It's very strong. Can't play Orcust without this card.
Would you say that this card effectively has been the card that's replaced Harp?
No. Girsu pretty much picked up the slack Harp left behind, but nothing replaces Harp. Harp will be back.
Harp is never coming back. Keep dreaming.
Bro, Long live Harp Horror.
That's horrifying.
Horror. Boot Sector launch. Very strong field spell. Specials either 2 from hand or any number of rocket monsters with different names up to the number of monsters your opponent controls. So if I happen to have one of each copy of my rockets engraved and my opponent has 3 monsters on field, that's Monster Reborn for 3.
I guess you could say it's Monster 3born.
Ooh. Gets the combo going. It's a free target for Tracer to pop, especially when the opponent has no interruption for sure. Called by the Grave, this card can come back to 3. This card needs to come back to 3, but that's a different story for a different day. Always got to play it, even in 60 cards. It's just good disruption. Even if you don't have to use it going first, setting it as disruption for the opponent's still pretty strong.
It's a really good card. It's very powerful. It stops hand traps. The thing that makes this card broken is that you can set it, on turn 0, and then you can stop something in their graveyard. That's what makes it broken.
That's pretty much what it is if I don't have to use it to defend myself, because this card is just, attached to my hand. I see this card a lot. Triple Chaos Base, the most broken card in the deck. It's so free, because you can literally just pitch any Orcust name if you need to, search white, or you could just pitch the Fairy Tale Snow and search black, and it just gets engines going, it gets everything rolling. Pretty much this card is full combo by itself. Pitching this with Absorautor is completely busted. Then we got double Crossout Designator. That's why I play a lot of hand traps, including Imperms, Droplets. I hard lose to Nibiru. I hate this card so much, but that's why I play 3, just in case I end up going second, if I need it for myself against my opponent. Or that's where Crossout comes in, to protect myself against cards like Ash and Nibiru and Effect Veiler, Imperm, Droplet, Shit, even if I gotta cross out someone else's crossout, so be it. Then we got Dragon's Ravine. Only need 1. Searchable off Romulus. Very free. You can pitch an Orcust card to dump cards like Absorautor or Destrudo just to get the extenders. Absorautor will get you your rocket name. Destrudo's just any free extender at the cost of half your life. Not bad at all. Foolish Burial. If I'm open this in my opening hand, most likely going to dump the Absorautor, depending on what the hand contains. Droplet, very, very broken card. Very strong. Can just discard Orcust cards, can pitch the trap card if needed. I already played 2. Pitch Snow, pitch Absorautor. It's all really good. It's so free in this deck, and it's just strong against the meta, just breaking boards and stuff. Going second, seeing this with 3 Orcust names in hand, it's pretty disgusting.
Would you say that right now that Droplet is one of the defining cards in the meta?
If you don't have this card, I don't think you have a chance. Dark Ruler No More is good, but it's this deck has the power to OTK.
Yeah, so the fact that it's a quick play just makes it a lot better than Dark Ruler.
It's good because it helps you play around cards like DPE, get around Cyflock. It's not bad whatsoever. And it's like I said, you can just literally even pitching the Orcust field spell just because you can pitch any card to add it back. It's just disgusting. Just imagine opening Droplet with cards like Absorautor, Orcust Nightmare, Fairy Tale Snow, and Destrudo, and you're just yeah, I'm going to win no matter what you do. I see a hand like that, it's just yeah, that's full combo. Then we got double Fusion Destiny. Thought about cutting this to 1 just because I play Verte, but the opportunity has shown itself several times where I just open this card with Quick Launch and Gearsu, and I just okay, I get full combo, and then I could just slap down this DPE. And it's even could be bait, because even if they negate my Verte, it's okay, activate this Fusion Destiny from hand.
That's kind of why people are favoring this card over the Red Eyes Fusion, because in a vacuum, I would say that Dragoon is a better monster, but the fact that you can just slap this down at the end of a combo, or you could just go into a Verte and slap this down, and now you have just infinite disruptions forever. I mean, it's an amazing card.
My theory on Dragoon is just it's a good card. It's a head-to-head matchup, Dragoon versus DPE. Yeah, Dragoon most likely wins, but it's at the end of the day, DPE is just a better card right now because it doesn't hurt what you're doing. Your 2 fusion targets are literally a special summon from hand and a draw 2. You don't get that with Dark Magician and Red Eyes. Then we got Monster Reborn. It's just an extender at that point. I mean, if my opponent goes first and makes some broken board, and I happen to break it with cards like Nibiru or something, and they have something really good engraved, just something to get me closer to the OTK or just push for win. That's pretty much what it is. Or an extender going first if I fall short, one piece or two, depending on the situation or what the hand presents.
Yeah, like when you get hand trapped, or like when you hand trap your opponent and then you think they've exhausted everything and the last card in their hand is Reborn, you just feel so upset.
That's everybody's dealt with that at some point in their life,
Yeah.
for sure. Then we got Orchestrated Babel. You only need to play one. It's searchable. It can be set by Galatea. Also can add it back if it's sent to the grave by pitching any card. So it's like if I have Orcust name, Router, anything, Wand, just it should add it back, reactivate it. And then full Orcust combo. And then it's our turn, Baba. It's our turn. Triple quick launch, very free, not once per turn. If you open 2 of this in your opening hands, just full combo. Just scoop it up.
I once had a player go activate Chaos Space. I chained Imperial Order. He goes chain quick launch, and I go chain summon limit. Who?
Oh, whose mans is this?
Oh, you know I learned from the best, bro.
Double, triple tactics talents. This card I've pounded playing at 3, but I mean, I just don't want to brick on it, so I just decided to play 2. I mostly use this card for the draw 2, because if I'm going first, it's kind of just helping me get deeper into my deck, search for extenders, push for other things. If I'm going second and I see this card, it's like, okay, we're just going to take, and then we'll push for game from there. If I know, like, I'm playing an opponent like Paulie with his base deck, I know he has a billion hand traps. It's like, yeah, let me see that hand. Triple Infinite Impermanence, very good card going first, going second. Set it if you're going first, going second, you just drop it on that verte and just say no.
I feel like this is the one card where, like, you always hate to see that they set it because it's like, wow, it's just that extra negation that just always puts them over the edge.
The only thing I have a problem with this card is that, like, when in situations where I'm making, like, a Chaos Ruler and I mill, like, 2 of these, I'm just like, I hate my life. Originally, I was not playing Imperm, but it's just not too good to not play right now. So it's like, you know, sometimes you get punished off the ruler by not hitting at all. Double Orcust Crescendo. Very strong counter trap. So free, especially when you have cards like Babel Up. You open it, it's not bad, especially if you can get to your Galatea to end your turn. Just free negate and a banish. Can't be responded to unless you got Red Reboot. Very good card not to play. And it's when you banish it, you can search for one of your Orcust names. So it's another reason why you play 2, especially if you mill it off ruler.
I think the cards in the side deck are pretty much staples and self-explanatory for all intents and purposes. So I'm just going to quickly run through the side deck, and then why don't we do your extra deck?
All right.
So it looks like, Bryan, you're playing 3 Lancia, 3 Droll, 2 Phantasme, 2 Token Collector, 1 Duster, 3 Twin Twister, and 1 Reboot. So basically, like, the front half of your side deck is going to be for all the combo decks. Like, obviously, the Token Collector is going to be for things like Brave, and then the Droll is just, like, generally for Leerloose or whatever else you might match up against.
Searches, and it's like, it might not be like, Brave searches so much. They add too many cards, especially with the PK portions. Prank Kids right now, they add a lot of cards. It's so crazy how their combo still works and how they can play under shit like Skill Drain. It's really disgusting. Everything right now that's really good is playing some form of Brave. If I could, I would play Lancia in the main, but I play a deck that also has banishing during our turn.
Right.
So I gotta be very careful when siding a card like this. So, like, in a situation where I know I'm siding this card and I'm still going first, I would just probably not set Babel, set the Crescendo, somehow resolve the Crescendo first, and then chain the Lancia or use Lancia on resolution of Crescendo. And
then you've got the back half of your side deck is obviously just a combat back row, and it looks like, you know, Duster, Reboot for combo decks, you definitely want to have them, and Twin is just like, it's not as important. Like, you don't have to have it be Twin now because Imperial Order's gone, so it's not like you're going to have to activate Duster, they chain Imperial Order, and now you have to Twin it.
Well, I choose Twin over Lightning Storm currently just because of the deck I'm playing, which requires me to pitch a lot of cards from hand, because there are chances or hands where I can open Double Nightmare, some weird janky hand that if I could just get all these cards to the grave, I'll start my combo. and it also gets rid of the back row. Fog Blades are too strong right now.
Right, and you can pretty much pitch anything in this deck, and it's fine.
Yeah, pitch Nightmare, pitch Snow, and just start winning.
Pitch Destrudo, pitch any of your Orcust cards, pitch any Rocket, like, it's all fine.
I've considered playing Dangers, but it's just like sometimes they just conflict a little bit with what I'm doing. I don't want to lose the hand traps possibly, or, you know, I might lose the wrong card.
Right, and it's like at that point, what do you even cut?
To start off the extra deck, we got the Striker Dragon, self-explanatory, get the Boot Sector, self-recursive for any Rocket name in the grave, Verte, pay 2k, DPE all the way. Link Karibo, basically for the Gear Suit token, or the Orcust Brass Bombard. Pretty much right there at that point. Nightmare Unicorn, pitch any card, spin a card back to the deck, make access code, win the game. Erratic Spheres, basically compulse and a special summon from deck, bounce any card non-targeting back to the hand, and special any dragon from the deck. Double Galatea for Orcust plays. Romulus, get the Ravine, pretty much a free extender at that point. Access code wins the game. Ding, non-targeting Sen, so I don't care about your Dragoon. Hot Red says no to anything on field. Chaos Ruler, mill 5, all Orcust cards, win the game. Savage says no. DPE pops anything in your dreams away.
Well, Bryan, I gotta say, man, I really love the deck. I love how you're still on this deck for like years now. It's really great to see how the deck has evolved, and like your current iteration of it seems really powerful. I can't wait to see how it performs in the Goofy Gauntlet. Do you have any final notes or any shout outs that you want to give, or anything else you'd like to say before we wrap it up?
Just shout outs to my boys, you know, shout outs to you for allowing me to do this. It's been a while since we've done something like this. Shout out to my boy Tyron, literally my #1 opponent, always here playing against me. And then, you know, shout outs to my boy Ben. He actually put me onto this deck some time ago. I just been on it since I stopped playing. It's the only thing I've been able to do is play this deck. Ever since I became a father, I really haven't been able to play much. So when I would play, this is like the #1 deck I pick up. So really fun deck. Many different ways you can go about it. Definitely not the only version of this deck you'll be seeing in the future. Zombie Orc is coming to a city near you.
Oh man, please! I don't need any more Doom King in my life. I've been hit with the one too many times. Well, Bryan, yeah, as always, it's been great being your friend all these years, and it's my pleasure to have you on the channel. And thanks so much for showcasing your deck profile with us. I wish you the best of luck in the Goofy Gauntlet. God bless you and your family. And I look forward to seeing you, man. And it's going to be a really fun time. We're going to have a great event, and I'm rooting for you, bro. Best of luck.
Word, man. Best of luck to you, too. Gotta bring the...
You know it, bro. All right, guys. Well, thanks so much for watching this video. If you enjoy content like this, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on that notification bell so you can be notified every single time I upload a new video. Once again, thanks so much, Bryan. My name is Paper YuGiOh, and as always, stay getting that paper. I will see you in the next video.